r/AskReddit. What is an old video game that still holds up so well today? Okami. The design, like it would be drawn with ink, let it look beautiful and undying. Dr. Mario. I would like to be able to play Paperboy. Anyone remember this game? I miss it. SM64. I swear Street Fighter 2 still has relatively nice graphics. It came out in 1991. Metal Gear Solid. Tetris. Assassin's Creed 2. This one's going to be an obscure one, but it's a beauty from the Sega Genesis era. Gunstar Heroes. 1 player or 2 player. Whether you both go fixed shot or free shot, or one goes fixed and one goes free. It's just a good time, and it's got some of the best graphics of its era. Recently replayed Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I know it's highly regarded, but it's still an amazing game all these years later. Crash Bandicoot. Chrono Trigger. Galaga. The old arcade game. If you don't shoot the blue and yellow bee that's on the bottom left, it'll keep coming down shooting at you. After about 10 to 15 minutes it'll stop shooting. For the rest of the game none of the bad guys will ever shoot at you again. I put my 11-year-old and her friend in front of Portal without telling them anything about it, and they loved it. It's a thorough joy to see an entirely new generation of "the cake is a lie" jokes. Lemmings. Super Metroid. The original Star Wars Battlefront 2 game from 2005. IYKYK. Honestly, EA should have released that game again with a graphics overhaul, and they would have made more money with a happier fanbase. Oh yeah, and no microtransactions. Yoshi's Island aged like a red wine. Heroes of Might and Magic 3, especially with the HD mod and Horn of the Abyss, StarCraft, Brood War, Sid Meier's Pirates, Red Dead Revolver, Spyro, Evil Genius, Fallout, New Vegas, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Super Smash Bros. Turtles in Time. Team Fortress 2, 15 years old and still one of the top games on Steam. Tecmo Super Bowl. Castle Crashers. Even though there is a remastered on somewhat new-gen consoles, but the original one is still on Steam. Quake 3 Arena. My go-to no-brains needed FPS. Still looks pretty good IMHO. Legend of Zelda. Ocarina of Time, thanks for the awards guys. Exclamation mark. Gran Turismo. Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Classic point-and-click. Along with Day of the Tentacle. Sam and Max Hit the Road. And Monkey Island. All LucasArts gems. Age of Empires 2. Golden Sun for the GBA. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend it, it's amazing. Counter-Strike. Star Fox 64. Command and Conquer. Ape Escape on PS1. Baldur's Gate 2. Diablo IIFFIXTO. Name my 2 favorite games of all time. Both circa 2000. RuneScape has both an old-school version and the most updated version alive and doing well. The Sims, just the original Sims, while you have to really try to get a hold of it and play. It's still just as joyous as it was when I was 12. It never gets old killing a Sim off. Lol. Doom. Left 4 Dead 2. Plants vs. Zombies count? Myst. Pac-Man. Need for Speed Underground. Portal 2, 11 years old and still brilliant, even the visuals hold up well. Jet Set Radio. Katamari. Silent Hill. It's still scary even after 21 years. Crash Bandicoot. Mario Kart Wii. A Link to the Past. NHL 94. The Simpsons. Hit and Run. Sonic. Monkey Island. Mass Effect. StarCraft. The Oregon Trail. I still sometimes play it on archive.org. https archive.org/details/ms-Oregon_trail_the_1990. Along with the 1992 Deluxe Edition. https archive.org/details/ms-Oregon_trail_deluxe_the_1992. For nostalgia. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Worms Armageddon. It looks nice enough and the fun is still there. Resident Evil 4. Dead Space. Breath of Fire 3. Final Fantasy Tactics. Amazing story. Great music. Fun battle mechanics. The only issue is the difficulty. Once you understand the game or grind levels, becomes trivial. But with mods, boom bam. Star Wars Battlefront 2. The original still holds up. Watch those wrist rockets. Quote. BioShock. Pac-Man. Knights of the Old Republic 2. Probably one of my favorite games ever. The first Silent Hill. Chrono Trigger. Zork. Street Fighter 2. A quick look at top-level comments and not one mention of the best game of all time. Deus Ex. A true masterpiece. Super Mario World. Shining Force 2. Battlefield 1943. Still gets played online today. 13 years old and still going strong. Age of Empires 2, Halo 1-3, C and C Series, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Mario 3. Commoner Keen. Earthbound. Chrono Trigger. Final Fantasy 7. Secret of Mana. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Super Mario Bros. 3. Galaga. Going with a less talked about but still well known. Dig Dug. A lot of old famous arcade games still hold up. But half of the excitement really come from 1. The stakes involved with having a finite amount of quarters, and 2. Realizing they are skill-based. And you have to practice to be good at them. I used to dislike them because they seemed so under-developed compared to, say, a 2D platformer. But as adult arcade bars are super fun. You can't recreate the experience at home. You need the whole deal. Rollercoaster Tycoon. Sims 2. Half-Life 2. I played it last year and couldn't believe I was playing a 16-year-old game. Jak and Daxter. One of the first games with a fully open world without any loading screens. And a day and night cycle. It may be a collectathon but it's still a blast. Legends of the Dragoon. I hope this gets buried in the thread, but as far as Square Enix goes, this was the height of my OG RPG phase. Noting that any RPG Square makes, not titled Final Fantasy, goes, are all some of the best games I ever played. I did like most FF titles, but they really swing for the fences with the off-FF titles. But this 4-disc classic to a child who only had 1 or 2 games a year has given me untold hours of fun. The addition system. Fighting a stupid yellow bird to get the ludicrous gold required to buy a cloak that allowed you to fight an optional boss that you needed 50 of a hidden item for. It was meant for the penniless kid I was. I bought the classic version as a child. But as a man, my discs are full color. Thanks again to the store that charged me $85 to get the non-collector's version. I'd pay it again. DuckTales on NES. Doom. I'm playing through Earthbound right now and it is just solid. I still play Sonic 2 like it was 1995. Is Contra still around? Mike Tyson's Punch-Out edit. Wow, I didn't think so many people would agree with me. Thanks for the upvotes, guys. Keep on dodging those Dreamland Expresses. Resident Evil 4. Felt a remake wasn't necessary. Chess Online. Super Mario RPG. Legend of the Seven Stars. For the SNES, the graphics were at their peak. The story is interesting. The music is memorable. The overall design and layout of the worlds and enemies is unique, and the battle system gives you a surprising amount of room for strategy builds with each boss. Edit. Dang. Lol, didn't expect gold or so much love for this game. Carrot. Carrot makes ya feel so good. So good. Galaga. Subscribe for more content.